All right, hello everybody. This is a Dielectric Media podcast review of The Amazing Spider-Man, the movie. I am Doug Schlabotnik.
I'm Baldwin.
I'm Kurt Blanket.
All right, let's kick this bitch off.
Well, I think we should say that we are missing a certain fellow just because he's busy this afternoon.
Yes, Frank could not be with us today because he has prior engagements to be fulfilled.
He has
Is Hugh
job applications.
is Hugh still in Lincoln?
He was still in Lincoln, so he won't be with us
Yeah,
today.
that's what I thought.
I believe
or
he's starting his second semester of
Yeah,
shit.
pretty soon.
But-
pretty soon.
Back to the original reason we're here,
Topic
the
at hand.
movie.
Cha.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. I never said I didn't. Enjoy
Baldwin also enjoyed it. I
Was it what you expected?
it. If I had expectations for it,
Did you
I
have
was
good
kind of-
expectation? Like,
I was expecting it not to have Kirsten Dunst, so it already surpassed that expectation.
oh yeah, that's right. Emma
That's
Stone
good,
is
yeah.
like 1,000
True.
times hotter than her.
Well, and can act.
Definitely.
And didn't spend the whole movie going, save me for 3
was there an upside down makeout scene?
No.
No,
Dang it.
this is a completely different take on it.
Really?
The right take.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
instead of Spider-Man somehow magically being able to shoot webs out of his wrists, he builds the
web shooters.
web shooters like he does in
Really?
the comic book. Yeah.
Yeah. They're following the path of the comic book. They're actually going to keep him in high school, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, I would think that's why they
The
call
only
it the
thing that I wish
amazing.
they kind of would have brought into the movie, just like even for a cameo or some,
Who?
is Eddie Brock, the guy who eventually becomes Venom.
Yeah.
'Cause I never looked up who the mysterious character was at the end. The only person I could possibly think of is Norman Osborn, because when Kirk Connors is sitting in his cell at the end, he seems rather familiar with that person,
Yeah.
kind of like he fucking knows him. I was just like, seems like somebody he would know personally, who could walk through fucking walls. Apparently, I thought it was Mr. Negative because he appeared out of the shadows, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That was very peculiar and did set it up for another one. Which
So it is set. for
how
a
many
sequel?
movies can you watch nowadays that don't set you up for the sequel?
Well, they've already said that they last
True.
year, sometime in midsummer, they said they were gonna have a second sequel.
Oh yeah, I know. But I mean, that's the thing. Like and that's what Prometheus pissed me off. It's like, oh, we're prequeling the prequel. Great.
No, we're sequeling the prequel, which
Oh, yeah,
sucks.
whatever. But
Impressive
yeah, I personally gave the movie about an 8.5, something like that.
I gave it a 6.5. Character
Wow.
development was strong. The story was good, but the plot, the linear storytelling was
It was very wham bam,
Sporadic
thank you, ma'am. It was just like
and-
bam, 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 bam,
well.
bam.
It wasn't even that. It was more like, all right, here's an idea. All right, we gotta move on to the next idea. No, fuck it. Come on. We gotta go. Come on, we go. And it was just like boom, 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 boom,
Really
boom,
quick.
boom, 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 boom. It was like a really bad drum solo all on toms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree that it did have that issue, but I don't think it was game breaking by any mean.
No, I mean the whole thing about it is it was just the reason that Mark Webb, the director, told people he wanted this reboot was just because he wanted to give people a more authentic Spider-Man feel. He wanted to give it more of a, hey, this is Spider-Man. This is who he actually is. He's not some pussy. He actually does he has a very dark side. He's very upset and emotional. And that's what they.
He's a high schooler.
Well, I know. Well,
Most high schoolers, yeah.
There was
quote,
a part in the
unquote, high
movie that
schoolers.
cracked my ass up when Emma Stone says to her father, "I'm 17 years old," and I just kind of went, "Bitch,
You're almost
28."
30, yeah. The best part for me was Martin Sheen, because every time it came up, I was like, "Don't listen to him. He's the elusive man. He just tells you lies."
Oh, Martin
He's
Sheen's role
lying.
was great.
I know, but I love Martin Sheen. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
I felt like they
Oh.
kind of downplayed the role of Aunt May in the first one. That she was just like a background filler, and they had Sally Field, who
Is a
anybody-
brilliant actress.
Yeah, I mean the best role that she's ever played besides Smokey and the Bandit was Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Robin Williams. I mean, she's one of those actresses who's kind of just with Martin Sheen. You would expect a dynamic duo, and it just became more about Martin Sheen. It's like I understand that Uncle Ben dies, and yes, it's very sad, which they didn't even make that very fucking sad. But it was just like
I felt a lot more pain when the police chief died than than his.
because it was Dennis Leary.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, spoiler by the way.
I don't care.
Just kinda
I
threw
don't.
that
I don't.
one out there.
I'm not really big on
No, I don't
spoilers.
give a shit about you. I'm talking about people.
Yeah.
yeah.
Spoilers,
Well, we'll put
spoilers.
spoiler alert.
Spoiler
at the beginning
alerts.
of it.
No big deals. We probably should have said that at
Hire
the
a
beginning of
midget
the
and a homeless
beginning of the
person.
review.
No, we'll write it into the into the tag or the title. Or whatever.
Spoilers.
Warning, spoilers. Just 3 of them. So, no, it was just
The movie's about Spider-Man. Oh shit.
fuck. It's real. No. It was just, I mean, it was. They downplayed a couple of character roles, and there were obvious scene deletions. Like, you could tell that there was supposed to be something else. Well, not you actually could tell because
Maybe the
unless you-
transitions were just that bad.
No, because in Hollywood nowadays, transitions are usually
Yeah,
followed
they're
by
usually
quick,
better.
quirky cameras. And the whole thing about it was that it just seemed like snippets, like there was supposed to be a longer scene. At least it felt to me like certain scenes, like when Kurt is, what the fuck was it? When he was at the home with Peter, like that felt like that could have been a lot longer, a lot more in depth. And they never. They try and make it seem like, oh, Spider-Man has secrets and they're going to reveal them. It's like not a fucking one of them.
Does it seem? Does it? Because of what I'm getting, it seems that they kind of just skim into things. They don't really let
They
scenes
trimmed
develop
the
well.
fuck out of the water for the first like 45
Really?
minutes. And because they were just trying to build you up to the eventual. Once he becomes, like he starts out as the vigilante Spider-Man, where he's just like wearing a mask and beating the shit out of guys because he's trying
Yeah.
to get revenge. But after they trim the water of watching him build everything, which was once again kind of sporadic and kind of like.
You mean
way too
tread
fast.
the water?
What I say?
Trim.
I tread the water. Sorry.
I was thinking, like, what are you saying?
Well,
Okay.
they just kind of didn't draw things out. Like for a 2-hour and like 16-minute movie, I think they could have actually filled in a lot more than what they did.
Oh, it was that long?
Yeah, it was a pretty.
Yeah, they
lengthy
probably
movie.
could have done.
Well,
lot
they
more.
could have expanded a lot more because they spent. I mean, they did the right amount of time, I think, with like the beginning where they just have normal Peter Parker in school
Mhm.
and they have him dealing with the bully. But by the end of the film, I mean, it's like the bully becomes his friend, and it's like, I don't think that's how shit works. Because he
Yeah.
only humiliated him once, and I was like, Flash really never became Peter's friend. But anyways, that's going into comic book mode. But
Flash, like Run Fast Flash.
no, that was
Oh.
his name, Eugene, as he called him.
Oh, okay.
Eugene
His
Flash.
name is Flash. No, that was just his nickname.
Eugene.
But I mean, and
Flash.
then there were commercials that showed different shit than what actually was played in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, there were obvious like, oh, they
That's-
must have skipped that from the fucking theater.
Yeah, I know. Like, I was waiting for some really big, cool first-person web slinging shit, like in the fucking original trailer I saw, and they didn't have any of that.
Well, they had it. For
Oh
like
yeah.
2 seconds.
We
Yeah.
only made all of the trailers with deleted scenes. Sorry,
That's how they
guys.
usually do I kid you not. That's how they usually do it.
I believe you. I
Except
mean,
for in horror movies, they always have that damn tendency to like bring out. Oh, here's the scary part. We're trying to get
here's
you.
the entire scary part. By the way, all the thrill and excitement is ruined for the movie. So don't even come. Just watch
Pretty
the trailer.
much. That's usually what happens. Fuck
just
the
watch the
Ring,
trailer.
Grudge, Paranormal Activity, Insidious.
Dude, the Ring scared the shit.
The only part that scared the shit out of me was
The
the closet
closet.
scene,
Gosh.
and it still scares the shit out of me. It's fucked up, but that's beside the point. But no, with Spider-Man, I mean, the reason I give it a 6.5 is just because of the storytelling, how they presented it was very kind of bad. I don't want to say horrible, but it was.
That's a shame.
It seemed like they kind of.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't horrid.
Well, yeah, that's why I said
mean,
it
you
wasn't
probably
horrible.
had a lot of expectations for this new movie because
Didn't have like I said, I didn't have high expectations. I had high expectations for the game.
Yeah.
The movie, I didn't really follow anything about it because it was just like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to have the authentic Spider-Man experience,
Okay.
like I did with the first one, and the second one, and the third one. Never saw the third one in theaters, thank Christ.
I've never seen the third one either.
Yeah, it's like, if you watch the beginning and the end, that's probably the only parts that you need
All
to
I
see.
remember, I think, is that there's this like part when there's a car flying into a cafe and like
That would be the second
Peter
one.
Parker saves Kirsten
Yeah, with
Dunst and it's like,
Doctor
she's like, oh my god,
Octavius.
Octavius. There we go.
Yeah,
But-
it's and there's
And
like,
I love how you just used an actor's name
Wait.
with an actress's real name.
yeah.
Peter Parker and Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, I
How
don't-
about Tobey
I don't-
Maguire?
I
and
don't know
Kirsten
the
Dunst?
I don't know
Or
the guy
Peter
who
Parker
played
in Mary
Peter
fucking
Parker
Jane.
in that movie. I
Choose
don't
the
know.
names. Do not mix and
I
match.
don't
This
know
is
his
not a candy
actual
bag.
name. Yeah.
Baldwin and I really solidified the nerd experience that day too,
Oh goodness.
because we
Did you wear
did?
costumes?
yeah we did. No.
I was
we,
like,
Oh yeah.
we went to the comic book store before we
Yeah.
went to the movie.
oh wow.
I bought a manga and he bought
Batman. Well, it's
yeah,
called
Batman.
Joker's Asylum. It's 4 different stories presented by Joker, and they're pretty fucked up, but they're good.
The only comic books I've ever liked were Calvin and Hobbes and Garfield.
Not
And-
comic
That's a
books.
comic
Those
strip.
are comics.
Foxtrot. Yeah, you're right. Foxtrot. I like comics. Not.
I saw a really
necessarily
fucked up
comic
Calvin
books.
and Hobbes comic. It's like the last Calvin and Hobbes one. And it talks about Calvin doing his homework, and Hobbes is standing right next to him going, let's go outside and play. And he's like, no, my mom gave me some medicine and starting to work. And he turns it back into a fucking...
Not
I was like,
real.
ah!
That's not real. That's not. a
I
real
know.
one.
Well, it was in the style of Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, it's someone, a fan wrote it, and
Yeah.
it's like the saddest Calvin and Hobbes ever. And
Yeah,
you're like,
it's fucked up.
Well, it's like it was like how Calvin and Hobbes should have ended.
Yeah. Well, that would have been a fucked up ending,
It's
too.
bad.
But
Yeah,
we're getting off topic.
yeah. Back to Spider-Man.
But with Spider-Man, I mean, obviously, yeah, go see it. You'll enjoy it. I
Are
mean,
they
I've
amazing?
nobody's heard
Spider-Man.
anything bad about it. That's the thing.
What did
everybody's
do you know what Tomato gave it?
Oh, knowing Tomato, they probably gave it somewhere between 65 and 85%.
Yeah. No, fucking Magic Mike got an 80 something.
Well, I'll never.
Women's
understand-
masturbatory material right there.
Well, that's the point. Oh, come on. How many movies are geared towards men?
All
yeah.
of them.
Emma Stone, for God's sake.
Oh, Jesus
Emma
Christ.
Stone.
She is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Gosh.
thank you, God.
She's a weird
for Emma
blonde.
Stone.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I didn't really like her as blonde, but she was still fucking Emma Stone.
Yeah.
She's I think originally a blonde actually. I don't. She's not an original redhead.
No, she's an original redhead.
No, I.
Oh,
really
whatever.
don't
Who
think she is.
cares?
Whatever. It's
hot.
irrelevant. I'll look it up. But
You'll look it up.
oh, shut up. Yeah, funny.
I'll look up some pictures in my basement.
Wikipedia. Holy crap.
Wikipedia. So, I mean, overall, yes, go see it. Like I said,
Yeah, I'd give it a definite go see this shit.
yeah. I
So
mean,
it's worth
I'd
it.
wait a little while.
Is it in 3D too?
Yeah,
Because
is.
it did
Of
seem like
course.
there were a couple of scenes that
Of
were.
course, it's in 3D.
There were
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 scenes that were like the end thing where he shot the web and it was like coming at your face a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well-
that's the thing with 3D is you're really only paying for like 2 or 3 scenes with
Yeah.
actual
Even Final Destination 5.
I don't
we
think
saw that
3D
in
is 3D isn't lasting.
Final
It's-
Destination 5. Well, 3D is gonna stay around forever. It's not gonna go
It's
away.
Unless
not really
they- I
popular
mean,
though. It didn't like.
they
this-
have to enhance it though, because right now, I mean,
Well,
to
the
shoot
th-
a movie in 3D costs a lot of money.
The thing that's different about it, well, you don't shoot it in 3D. You add the 3D virtually later.
Yeah, but you have to shoot it with a special type of camera that allows it to.
Not really. You can add all of that shit post.
I really don't know anything about this at
From
all.
what I've been reading about it, that they have to use 2 separate types of cameras.
But you can do all of it digitally afterwards.
Yeah.
But the main deal is like the 3D isn't all about stuff coming in your face, like watching
Final Destination.
Final
5.
Destination. 3D done right is 3D done the Avatar way, where it
Or
just
Shrek.
where it adds depth and you feel a little more immersed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like,
Like
the
that's
screen is
why I
actually
liked
popping up.
Avatar so much in the theaters, is it really immersed you into the movie. Whereas if you watch it at home, it's just like, okay, it's just another blue porno, I guess. But we better wrap this up. We're running out of time.
Titanic in 3D. You can watch some
Uh,
dude hit up mass.
Thank you so much for listening. This was our Dielectric Media Podcast review of
The
Amazing Spider-Man the movie. I'm Doug
Amazing
Schlabotnik.
Spider-Man.
I'm Baldwin.
I'm Kurt Blanket.
Thanks for
Thank you.
listening, folks.
Bye.